when you hear people talk about healthy eating sometimes, you are even scared of eating. Like, excuse me, gluten-free, dairy-free, fat-free, sugar-free, joy-free food.
What's up, everybody? My name is BB Ray, and you are officially welcome to the Blue Bow Pod. It's a podcast brought to you by Golden Morn. Now, expect a lot of interesting conversation. It'll be laughs, banter, hilarious, funny moments, and of course, some controversy too. Now, I'm not alone. Today, joining me will be Jesu Belumi. I'm talking about Fashisin, to be exact. I'm calling her full government name, but she is also, and more popularly known as Jaypee. Hi, Jaypee.
Hi, Vivi. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. You look amazing also.
Thank you.
Now, what people may not know is she's actually a nurse with over 5 years of experience. So it's good to have you here.
It is good to be here.
Yes, sir. Now, also joining me will be the noisiest pediatrician that you can imagine. He's all over social media, jumping on couches, and of course, giving us the vital information that we need to know as regards to children's health. It is Dr. Ayodele Renner, aka the noisy pediatrician. Hello.
Hey, hi, Bibi.
I ran you your accolades in full.
Yeah, you are doing well.
You cannot be jumping on couches and not get acknowledged for such.
It's the least you can do for
It
me.
is the most I can do for you. Anyway, guys, very, very welcome to the Blue Bow Podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, feels good to have you guys here. Now, today the conversation is about Fit Fam. Yeah, we're talking about, Fit Fam. And we all know that there's many different sides to Fit Fam, okay? Today in particular, we're looking at healthy eating. Yeah. I feel like you guys have a lot to say about this.
Let's let JP start this because
Yeah. So the first thing that I have to ask you guys is each of you, tell me what healthy eating means to you. We'll start with you, JP.
So you followed him. I thought women supporting
I said we'll
women.
let you start. I mean, ladies first.
I know he's doing this because he has not said this, but I'm going to cast him.
yeah,
He has a
casting.
sweet tooth. That's why I say let's start with JP. He wants me to talk first so that he can steal from me, but
everything.
never.
Oh yeah, now let's go.
I feel like healthy eating is eating what is comfortable, what makes you happy, yet what is healthy for you. So I feel like people think that every time that you have to eat healthy, you have to eat like a goat, quote unquote, because everybody feels like
Cabbage.
Once you're munching on cabbages and cucumbers and carrots, you're just eating like you're good. But I feel like that's not it, because everybody thinks that once you have to eat healthy, you have to cut out. I mean, I see some things on Twitter, for example. You want that flat stomach, cut out carbs, cut out everything, just strictly eat veggies and drink water. And, I just feel like, nah, it's not that stressful. Also, when you tell people you have to drink water, people think it's just water. But, like, there are ways to spice this up. There are ways to make this fun for yourself.
Yeah.
There are ways to excite yourself. You don't have to eat a plain salad. You can eat a chicken salad.
Yeah.
You could eat a seafood salad. You could have shrimps and stuff. So I just feel like eating healthily is just eating what works for your body, what makes you happy at the end of the day, what you're coming home and you're looking forward to eating.
Absolutely. And you
Very
know
much
what?
easy.
With water also, there's ways that you can spice up water. A
Yeah.
lot of people can put, lemons, lime. If you want something a little bit more, agua, cucumber. You change water to agua.
Right?
With
right?
cucumber.
What did I went to Harvard?
What Haga went to school?
that has a degree.
That has a degree, a master's. How about you? What does healthy eating mean to you?
And so healthy eating for me, Bibi, is about a balance. Because when you hear people talk about healthy eating sometimes, you are even scared of eating. Excuse me, gluten-free, dairy-free, fat-free, sugar-free, joy-free food. So what's the point of eating if you can't be happy with your food?
Yeah.
So I think I totally agree with JP that you really need to find a balance. And, the idea of, and of course, I take care of children a lot.
Yes.
And then the idea of completely striking sugar out of one's diet, well, at the end of the day, it's actually good to have a diet that is as low in refined sugar as possible. On those days when it feels like all the stress of the Lagos is getting to
when
you.
that sweet tooth is
And
aching.
when the sweet tooth is aching and you just want a scoop of ice cream. And then have
Go
that
and
scoop
get it.
for your mental health.
For your
For mental health, yeah.
as prescribed by the doctor, for your mental health, Scoop of
Heard it
ice
from the
cream.
doctor.
Inoki, don't worry.
Noted down.
I think for myself, healthy eating is all about, like Jaypee said, and honestly, like you said, also maintaining that balance. You know, life is all about balance, everything in moderation, because at the end of the day, you are a human being, so you must live.
You must live.
And an integral part of food, or an integral part of life, culture, in every single country around the world is food.
Right,
so who am I
right.
to say no to the finer things of life?
Excuse-
Who am I?
excuse me.
Why would I do such?
Excuse me.
You know? The next thing that I do want to ask you guys is, what are the benefits of healthy eating? What do you think the benefits are?
Start with me.
We'll start with you, Jaypee.
First of all, you will not lose your flat tummy. That one is personal to me. That one is personal to me. I feel like every time I start to see those rolls, I remember that, Jaypee, we need to go back to our healthy diet. So first of all, you would not lose your flat tummy. But however, after working in the hospital for so many years, I've just realized that, listen, we give little gratitude to diet. It's very important. Also from having a mom, and my mom is hypertensive, so, and she's chubby. I don't know how I happen to be slim, but you know. Anyway,
Thank God for good.
let's focus. Let's not digress.
Shout out to Mama though.
You know, but I realized that you know, health, your daily lifestyle, your regular lifestyle has a lot of impact on what your health is. So a lot of times, how your life is would have an impact on how easily you heal from conditions,
Right.
how good your health is.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's from the basic things, how you're able to take a brisk walk and not start to pant after, or
Climb
how
up
you
one
go
flight
up
of
and down
stairs.
a flight of stairs and, you know, you're good. I feel like when you eat healthy, you feel it within you. Because on days where I'm binge eating and I'm just eating a lot of carbs and I'm not, you know, watching my diet, I can feel myself bloated. I can feel a lot of discomfort.
Right.
I wake up in the mornings and I'm not very good. I just feel very uncomfortable within me. And then it's when I've had some days of, you know, eating better, drinking more water, and just relax, and then I start to feel better. So I feel like that's like the most important benefit. You feel it within yourself.
Yeah.
Life is easier. Daily living is more, and this Lagos is hard enough. So if you're not in good health and you are not fit, dealing with this Lagos stress, my sister,
It's not
go
fun
balance
at all. How about you?
Well, I mean, so Jaypee spoke about, getting the roles. Now I'm sucking belly. As I did, yeah.
Oh my, you and me both.
They suck
Men do that.
before. Men that are wearing get do now, that are trying waist, men that are trying waist trainer.
Men are
now.
wearing lace fronts now, Jaypee. Men are with us.
Listen,
You don't
We
go
did
there.
together.
before they were dragging us.
Now they are with us.
Look at it now.
Waist
You
trainer
don't
and
wanna
lace
go
fronts.
there. Remain small. Maybe they use this beer lace front.
Lace fronts,
I'm
yeah.
sure
I've
it's
seen it on the streets of Lagos.
Now, wow.
You know who you are.
You know yourselves. So for me, really, healthy eating. The benefits is you can't overemphasize it. When you talk about healthy eating, right from the cradle to the elderly, because for children they need all sorts of healthy fats to make sure that their brains are well developed and they deposit the good fats in their nerve cells.
Yeah.
And this helps to transmit information in the nerve cells very quickly so that they are sharp, so that they are thinking straight. So the older you get, and what I find here is that there's a tendency for us to overdo carbohydrates,
Right.
because carbohydrates are cheap. And so you find out that in your plate of food, you have rice. Meanwhile, it's just one piece of fish that looks like a safety pin. Like a safety pin. The bone past the fish for inside the soup. So,
That's calcium.
That's uncalled. And so we need to try to emphasize protein a bit more, because as we get older, we tend to lose some, of our muscle mass. Exactly. And so we need to try to emphasize that more. And as Jaypee has said, just to give our immune system and our muscle mass just that boost that it requires to make sure that we're able to keep up with the demands of living in a society as stressful as ours.
Exactly. We need the energy. And I think one of the things that you actually touched on that I think is important to emphasize is that a nutritional diet, a healthy, balanced diet, includes everything from carbs to protein to fats as well. A lot of people tend to run away from fats, not knowing that fats are actually, or can actually be healthy.
As a matter of fact, they are necessary.
They're necessary. Absolutely. Especially in, like you mentioned, a very high stress, fast-paced environment like Lagos and honestly, wider Nigeria. Really and truly Africa. Let's just call it the world.
The way to the world,
Let us
yes.
just call it what it is. But maintaining a healthy diet from youth, actually, actually. I think it's something that should be embedded in children. Because really and truly, what we know, how we treat food, our relationship with food, is formed from childhood. So it's taught by our parents. It's what we see them eating. If they eat healthy, chances are we also will eat healthy. And like I said earlier on, everything in moderation, but also a balanced diet is essential for movement, for strength, for growth, and also for brain development, which is something that's really important to touch on. We need all the brain development we can get. We do.
Absolutely.
Yes,
we do.
Yes, sir. Now, the conversation has been so much fun so far, but it's time. It is time that we play Blue Bowl Picks. So I've got in front of me a Blue Bowl right here. And in the Blue Bowl are a number of questions. Are you scared?
Who is answering the questions?
Be prepared. We're prepared. So actually, what the aim of the game is for you guys to each pick out a question each. You're going to ask the audience a question. Yes, that's right. You get to participate. All you need to do is head on over to our social media, check out our latest post, and comment what you feel like your response to the question is. Are you guys ready?
We are ready.
I'm ready. As long as I'm not the one answering the question, I'm ready.
Start.
Okay. So do I read out the question like right away?
Yes, go for it.
Jaypee, you have the bowl as well.
Are you scared?
This one, you don't want to go there. Okay, so people, what grains are golden morn made of? Should I go again? So, what grains are golden morn made of?
All right, there you have it. Let me know the correct answer in the comment section of the most recent post on our social media to be with the chance to win some amazing prizes. Who doesn't like freebies? I know I do. Make sure once again that you head on over to our social media, hit that follow button, and also comment the correct answer. All right, guys, back to the conversation. Now, there's so many misconceptions surrounding food, healthy living, this whole fit fam thing. Let's get into some of them. I want to ask you guys, what are some of the most common misconceptions about healthy eating in particular?
You want to take that first?
Actually, you know what? We're going to start with you, Noisy.
No.
Yeah.
Finally, some women supporting
don't
women
worry.
energy.
We stand up for women.
Okay.
Call you out.
So let me say one of the misconceptions I can think about healthy eating is that fats are bad for you. Fats are actually a very important component of hormones. And when we talk about hormones, we're talking about testosterone, which of course helps for fire the engine.
You know the vibes.
Engine. If the engine wants to fire, you've got to have, testosterone
You gotta have
right
fuel.
levels. And if you don't have the right amounts of fats to synthesize hormones like testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, all these hormones are necessary for our survival. And so if we don't have those, then we'll be tired and just, generally very bad. So what we're saying is that eat healthy fats, and sources of good healthy fats include things like avocados, fatty fish like mackerel, which we all call Titus in this part of the world. It's called mackerel. Yeah. Mackerel is what it's actually called.
It's okay now. Why are you attacking us?
No. It's Queen's English is speaking. Don't worry. It's okay. Mackerel.
So, and things like salmon, if you can afford salmon, and then things like healthy nuts, So those are the sources of fats. So please don't run away from fats. Just eat healthy fats.
Yes. Okay, there you have it. Eat healthy fats. How about you, Jaypee? What are some of the common misconceptions about healthy eating in this whole fit fam journey?
Don't drink slimming tea.
Are you gonna tell them?
I'm not shouting.
Are you gonna tell them?
I'm not shouting.
You didn't say it loud enough.
Cast. I'm not shouting. I don't want to shout.
At the back.
I'm a reality TV star. I don't want to be dragged.
I'm not there.
Because you whispered it.
I just a little. just a little.
I don't know her.
You don't you disassociate yourself. Wow.
Baby, you know me though.
I know you.
Thank you, my love.
You know what? I agree. No slimming tea.
But I'm not gonna elaborate. But really though, guys, you don't have to cut carbs completely out of your diet. I've learned that something that you can do is eat in portions. Like people eat in bulk. Like once you're hungry, that's a major problem. Once you're hungry, you eat. There's a thing that your brother said that erunu and buy, like your stomach is carrying you. Yeah. So as long as you feel this pang of hunger, you want to eat everything that you can find in that moment, and then that is not very good. So eat in portions. When you're ready to eat a little bit of some rice and then a lot of vegetables. I mean, there are really ways you can spice up your food. Eat your rice with vegetable soup instead of stew. That kind of thing. It's very nice, and fish. So you have a lot of vegetables on your plate and some rice. That way, you're filling up your stomach, but you're not, adding on too much carbohydrates. Eating portions is very, very good, honestly.
Absolutely. The adage of there is rice at home.
At home.
There is rice at home, but there are also things that you can eat
Sunday
at home.
after church is rice.
Yeah.
We want to do celebration. Right. It's rice. We want to do this. Why don't we have another something that is the major?
Why not there's cabbage at home? There's carrots at home.
I am subscribed to that.
There's cucumber at home.
Only cabbage. But am I weird? Is white rice and egusi a weird combination?
No, it is not. I stand with you. Even though you abandoned me before, but I stand with you.
I do feel like it's a bit of a weird combination. I'm not going to lie.
It's not.
Egusi is top tier with pounded yam.
That's weird.
Have you tried it with white rice?
I haven't, because why?
Try it. If you don't try it, you'll never. It's absolutely delicious.
You know what? In the name of this whole healthy eating and giving things a chance, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna try some egusi and white rice.
It is amazing.
I think some of the common misconceptions when it comes to healthy eating is a lot of people think, oh, if I have to eat healthy, then it's gonna be really expensive. And you know what? That's not necessarily always the case.
That's important.
Healthy eating is really just making sure that you're maintaining a healthy, balanced diet. It's making sure that, on your plate, on the plates in front of you, you have 1/3 carbs, so your rice. You have your vegetables, that's your carrots, your soup sometimes with the things that we put in, spinach and whatnot. That kind of counts, I guess you could say. Yeah. And also making sure that you have your protein. So healthy eating isn't necessarily expensive. There's ways that you can definitely eat healthy on a budget. And I think another misconception that we have is healthy eating means that, you kind of starve yourself. What do you guys have to say about this particular?
So that's a really important one, and nothing could be further from the truth than that. Because at the end of the day, the tendency for you when you starve yourself is that when you finally get the chance to eat
everything,
you ruin everything.
Everything they go.
All the anger,
the vim.
And probably I'll be coming back from work. You were in traffic of like 3 hours.
Yeah.
You now get to, after having starved for about 5 days, anything you see like this,
you want to eat.
Yes.
Something else that's very important is timing. Eating. All you midnight eaters. Actually, you could have studying. Just be eating.
I feel very seen in this moment.
See, in the defense of everybody else who is trying to eat hard, you guys, I feel your pain because all the forces are against us, because when you have to study in the night, it's hard. And when you are reading something difficult, how do you want to be munching on cabbage and carrots in the middle? So I feel you guys, but we're going to be trying.
Absolutely. And I feel like that brings us perfectly to the next question, which is, what are some tips and tricks and practical tips? I think what you just mentioned is basically meal prep. You're planning ahead. You're organizing yourself to make sure that you're not eating late, to make sure that you're cooking ahead of time and you're eating something rather healthy. What are some of the other tips that you guys would suggest or recommend?
Honestly, I feel like meal prepping is key. Listen, it makes things easy because if you have meals in your refrigerator, if you come back home starving, it's easier to bring that out and microwave something rather than you want to cook noodles in that moment. Do you understand? And then I feel like having healthy snacks, healthy meals at home, because for example, if you had something like golden morn at home, you could just have a small bowl and sprinkle it with fruits and stuff, and that's perfect.
Absolutely.
So that's another idea. Besides meal prepping, you can have healthy snacks at home. That is very nice. Have a couple fruits, have oats, have granola bars, have golden morn, things like that make it very easy. Meal prepping and healthy snacks at home. Those are my own tricks. Honestly, it works perfectly. Because if you have a bowl of salad that you've done yourself in the fridge, you're reading in the middle of the night, you just go in there, grab your salad bowl, go in, and that's perfect.
Absolutely.
It's so easy, honestly.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you weren't able to prep the salad, if you weren't able to prep the small meal that you want to have before bed is, like Jaypee mentioned, honestly, a bowl of golden morn. Just a small bowl, like you mentioned, garnish it with a little something, add some berries, romanticize your life, because
I'm telling you, and do snaps,
I look
we need a Twitter slang for golden morn, because now we're calling this our groceries. We need something for golden morn, so you just,
some goldies,
some golden flakes. flakes, some golden flakes.
I love that.
You do it snacks, it's golden flakes and berries.
Absolutely. And
so
you know,
nice.
it's perfect because you can have it in the morning when you wake up, of course. During lunch, you can, because I am that person that, yes, I'm not afraid to have
a midday
snack, a little bit
snack.
of a pick me up. And also, before you go to bed, if you don't want anything too heavy, golden morning is like the perfect go-to. So how about you, the noisy pediatrician? What are some of the practical tips?
I just see Jaypee's mouth. Granola bar. Are you living in this same area with us?
This is in Nigeria.
Do you know the price of granola bar?
I'm 28K, you know. It's doing a lot in my life.
So I totally agree, you know, in the sense that meal prep has to be done. If you are not going to suddenly wake up and decide that I want to eat, and then you don't have a plan. Mm-hmm. So apart from meal prep, you need to have a written out, so what's it called? A meal timetable.
Okay.
Yeah, a meal plan.
A meal timetable, yes. So what happens is that you vary the meal timetable. So if you do something for maybe like 2 weeks, for the next 2 weeks, you switch it up.
Yeah.
Maybe for the first 2 weeks, if you decide that my source of protein majorly will be maybe beef and goat meat, and then for the next 2 weeks after that, you switch it up to fish and maybe seafood or shrimp, you know, and then you switch it up. And so that way you are varying what you are doing. So it's one thing for you to meal prep, another thing for you to actually have a meal plan where you are actually measuring the quantity of protein you're having. And again, when it comes to meal prep, if you have lights to put
something in your fridge, let's be honest.
Yeah, you know, because sometimes that's the issue I have with meal prep sometimes, is that sometimes I cook in bulk and put the food in the fridge, but when the light goes off, my inverter doesn't carry my fridge. So I'm not living in service apartment.
And fuel is expensive these days, so my gen is not running on.
So sometimes my food actually goes bad. So sometimes I don't have the the freedom to meal prep, but I say please, it's absolutely important. Then one more thing, please don't have the things that you will not want to eat because they're unhealthy in your fridge. Don't keep them around. Don't keep sugary drinks in the house. If you go out and have them, as part of a treat and as a program, why not do that? Keep Golden More instead.
Keep it on lock for your snacks, your midnight snacks, even though don't really eat at midnight because it's not that good for you. But your late evening snacks, your early morning pick-me-up, and your midday source of energy. Definitely keep a golden bowl of golden Morn. Keep it on deck. Exactly. A little sprinkle. All right, guys. You know what? Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Blue Bowl Podcast. It was so much fun talking about Fit Fam and healthy eating.
We've come to the end,
unfortunately. But don't you guys worry, okay? And don't you worry either, because the fun doesn't stop, and neither do the conversations right here on the Blue Bowl Podcast, as these two will be joining me in the next episode as we talk about, Fit Fam, healthy living. Yes. Signing out for today, I am BB Ray. I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to stay golden. Bye.
Hey, Charles.
It's so hot, Auntie. You'll get used to it.
Yay!
What's the big deal? It's just a cereal.
Just a cereal? You are talking about something that has helped thousands of Niger farmers provide for their families for decades. This cereal, we have enjoyed it for so long. It's part of our history.
Is that you?
And it's packed with the energy and nutrition that I know my family needs every day. That's why Golden Morn is so special to us. You get it?
Keep enjoying Niger's favorite breakfast cereal fortified with Grain Smart, a special combination of iron and vitamins to help your family make every day golden.
I get it now.
Nestle. Good food, good life.